Welcome, welcome everybody all over the world. Buenos noches, buenos dias, bonjour. We are live in YouTube and Facebook. Blog Talk Radio is going away, and so again, they're not even working. Even though I loaded everything up to do a show on Blog Talk, we are live on YouTube, my YouTube channel and Facebook. So let me welcome my YouTube family with a little tour of my tiny house journey. That is how it's been for a while, and it still is. I'm still loving my small space living. So let's just welcome in our ancestors with a little bit of drumming music from Becca Shea, Heartbeat, Heartbeat. Tonight is just going to be a powerful, energizing, uplifting night of teaching by our goddess and conversation with you about what the winter solstice is all about and how we're going to bring you a conference to help you go to the next level. But let's do some drumming and invite our ancestors to join them.
And has blood has run some people for God. From every tribe and language, people, every nation. Where warriors are falling, there's a resurrection coming. It's your time to rise and shine. Oh, wake up, you sleeping giant. The wounds of injustice are being healed by the peace. Oh, Yahweh is bringing us power through unity. Where warriors are falling, there's a resurrection coming. Tribals come alive. Yeah, wake up, you sleeping giant. Your heartbeat, I feel it. Yeah, I feel your heartbeat. I feel it. Yeah, I feel your heartbeat. I feel it. I feel your heartbeat. I feel it. I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. Yes, you are. Bring us together. Bring us together. We cry. Yes, you are. Bring us together. Bring us together. Together we cry. Yes, you are. Bring us together. Bring us together. We cry out, out. Your heartbeat, oh, your heartbeat. This is the hour to know whose side to stand by. Raise up the standard in battle for every fellow tribe. Our warriors are fighting, there's a revival igniting. Search for such a time. Yeah, arise, you blazing fire. Faith and stand firm and listen to your destiny. The rhythm of our Father moves with victory. Where warriors are fighting, there's a revival igniting. bring us together. We cry, Yeshua, bring us together. Bring us together. Together we cry, Yeshua, bring us together. Bring us together. We cry out for your heartbeat, oh, give your heartbeat. Yeshua, bring us together. Bring us together. We cry, Yeshua, bring us together. Bring us together. Together we cry, Yeshua, bring us together. Bring us together. We cry out for your heartbeat, oh, give your heartbeat. Yeshua, bring us together. Bring us together. We cry, Yeshua, bring us together. Bring us together. Together we cry, Yeshua, bring us together. Bring us together. We cry out for your heartbeat, oh, give your heartbeat.
Ashe. Oh, all right, all right, all right. Hallelujah. Ashe. Oh, we are sad. We are here tonight because the world is in transition. The population of Earth is in transition. And the chaos that has come out of it, people are confused. And here we are now in the holy holiday season that brings even more confusion and chaos because people don't know what to do with their money except what the slave master tells them to do to buy more stuff this month. So this conference that's coming up on the 22nd, 21st, 22nd, 21st, 20, 21, you need to be there because we're going to bring some sanity, some peace, and some joy, and some laughter and music. So much to help you navigate through this winter chaos and craziness. So I have some amazing guests tonight. Let me just start bringing them in. Hi, Priestess Maat. Hi, I'm so glad you're back. Oh my goodness, I missed you. Welcome.
Yes, greetings. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be back.
I am excited too because all around me, so much unconsciousness. And I've been maintaining, but it's just nice to have a little party with my sisters who have consciousness and purpose and so much more. So welcome, High Priestess Maat. Now I see Nikita and Ken 22 Star, but I don't see their mics, their cameras open. So if you sisters want to open your cameras, but we'll start with you, High Priestess, and when I see their cameras open, I'll bring them in.
Okay.
And you want to just introduce yourself and tell everybody where you come from, who you are, whatever spirit leads you to say this evening.
Okay. Well, yeah, so I go by High Priestess Maat and Makaru Amen. I'm the author of really 3 books, and the 4th one I've just been holding on forever and ever and ever. I am the one of the founding spiritual leaders of an organization called Mimic, Melanated Immortals Making Evolutionary Changes, and also Womb Evolution. I got a lot of stuff, and then the melanin frequency. So it's a whole bunch of things in there. I hail from Chicago, South Side, right? So
Me too.
Okay.
I couldn't even remember that.
I didn't remember that about you either, but okay.
I think Habib is also from Chicago.
No, she's from Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Somebody else I had on here was from Chicago.
Yeah, Neb Taharka's from Ohio.
Yeah, it was, you know what? It was another sister. Well, it might have been you, but it's been so long.
Yep.
South side. All right.
South side. Yes. I'm from the South side. And but I was born there, I grew up there, but I really left there in my teenage years. And I went to college here in the Washington, D.C. area. So I've really been here the longest. So even when I go back to Chicago, nobody thinks I'm from there. So
It's a good place to be from, actually.
yes.
Don't want to go back there.
No, especially not now. It's too cold.
Mm-mm.
So
And
yes.
the whole political climate there is very toxic to me. So we are in the right place, right, High Priestess? There's no doubt about it. We're in the right place.
Yes. Yes. So now do we have Nikita and Star, I think.
Well, I see them here, but I don't see. Let me add. Okay, see, there's no. If you see that, there's no.
I see that.
Where's your camera, Nikita and Star?
Okay. Well, that's okay. I can hold it down. It's all right.
You know what? I would like you to really explain what is the winter for those who are in the Christ Mass season, the holy day religious mind of bye. Tell everybody what is the meaning of the winter solstice for us in this season of consciousness rising and transition to another dimension. Why do we need to focus more on winter solstice than Santa Claus, Christmas tree, and reindeers? You know,
okay.
move on.
Good question. So here's my answer for just about everything that I say. You know, there are a lot of trains of thought and consciousness and ways to go and things like that. If we just follow nature and what happens naturally, then that gives us some clues about what what we should be doing, or what is more natural for us to align up with, right? So in nature, what we know is pretty much everything hibernates, right? The trees, when those leaves fall, they literally just take all the sugar and the nutrients and everything, and they put it down into their roots. So it's a time for inner flexion, so to really look within. This is a time, though, also it's a time to plan for what's going to, the springtime, what's going to blossom, what's going to come out of this period. And so this is the time in the winter, is really the time to go within and say, let me just look at my life. Let me see who I have been and who I have been trying, or striving to become. And this is what I want to show up come spring. Okay. I myself don't think it's the time for, how you have your New Year's resolution and you go and you're going to work out and you're going to stop eating and you're going to do this and do that. And especially in the dead of winter, that's the time when you want to eat the most, right? You want warm foods. You want, things that are hearty. I'm not saying this is a pig out thing, but natural, if you really, really this is why this is a time for introspection. Because if you really think about naturally what you feel like during those times, right? You'll notice that you want warmer foods. You want, things that have what are those, like like a lentil soup or a split pea soup, and it's not water. I'm not talking about the watery kind. What is it? I forget the term that they use for that type of creaminess.
Creamy soup. Yeah.
Right. And then as we move closer to the spring, you start wanting more watery foods, right? A lighter, more fruits and cucumbers and all of these different things. And then in the summertime, you want those melons, you want all of those. So this is these are natural cycles. Everything that's natural is doing it. Everything in nature is doing the same thing. So, what's that thing? As above, so below, right? So it's the same thing. So what we decided to do, this was last year, we came up with something called the WISE Conference. And WISE is an acronym for Winter Inner Soul, like the soul, Solstice Evolution. Because it's not just going within and going back and forth over the same thing over and over again. We want to evolve. We want to take it to the next level. So it is. So when we spring up in the natural new year, it's in evolution. The same thing that happens outside. The trees, even though they do spring new leaves, they have grown. They have more leaves. It might be another little, sprout coming out of it. It has evolved. It has gone to the next level. And so this is that time of preparation for that. So we devised a conference that really looks at those stages. And every year there is a theme, and Nikita and Star came up with the theme for this year, which is bridging the gap, the generational gap, right? While we're going through this. So our conference includes everybody, including our children, our so-called elders, and then everybody in between. And so it's a 3-day conference. It's an online conference. And we covered everything. Arts, we have an open mic night. We have one night where we do a ritual, and that's the night, of course, you're going to be on, and you'll be our keynote for that evening. And that's when we'll be doing our winter solstice ritual, just to align with the energy that we are going into for the winter. And then on the last day, we have a children's session. And then on the last day, we have a panel where we ask, we have specific questions for our panelists, and we made sure that the panelists was a mixture of female, male, and then a variety of ages, so that we can ask these questions, because like you said, we're in this new time, we're in this new energy. And so in being in that new time, in that new energy, right, there is, sometimes there still is a disparity amongst different age groups. And so we want to talk about those things, and we want to, have a dialogue going about those. So, that's the gist of the conference and what we're doing.
It's interesting, the synchronicities that are happening because of what you're developing and planning. I got a group text about Billy Carson. Okay. If you listen to Billy Carson, a lot of drama going on about Billy Carson right now. So there was a group text, and this brother had such a wise statement about the whole thing, about how Billy Carson's been teaching us and uplifting us and blah, blah, blah. Now he's on this group text, but all I know is a phone number. There's no name, because they put 7 people on there. 2 of them have a name, and I don't even know the others. So I decided to call this number and have a conversation with him about Billy Carson and his very enlightening words that he shared. This brother is I think he said he was like early 50s. So I was so excited, because just as we're doing, bringing the generations gap, eliminating the gap and bringing unity among the generations, this brother and I had a really enlightening conversation about who he's been studying with and what he's learned. And I said, you need to be on my show. You got to come on my show and talk about what you've learned. And I was so excited, because that's one of my goals, is to bridge the gap between the generations. And that's what this whole weekend is going to be about next week, is bringing on brothers and sisters of different ages, different generations, and sharing their knowledge, poetry, whatever, talking about what we are learning in this season of division, really. I think you would agree. There's so much. In fact, Trump is on the cover of a magazine, Time magazine, as a person of the year, and
Okay.
and I noticed that underneath they have the divided states of America. They didn't. They have president of the divided states of America, and I'm like, that's true.
Mm.
So it says a lot about him being in this position, and we are so divided. And what's he going to do about it? Who knows? Who cares, really? But we just want to do our
That
part.
part. That
Like, what is your? I am as I've been saying for the last 3 months. I'm the president of me. I'm not looking for
part.
nobody to lead me, guide me, other than the spirit of in the universe. I'm not looking for anybody to guide me. I'm watching this drama show play out because that's all it is. And
Mm-hmm.
so we want people to come join us next weekend and be unified, to get rid of the division, and to really come together to teach and share what we know in a
Mm-hmm.
whole, and for what, 3 days, right?
3 days. Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be exciting. And Katrina, one of our Facebook friends, says she wants to. I would love to attend the conference too. So we're going to put up the information for you. In fact, I think maybe I can pull up the flyer and
Yeah.
let her know.
If Nikita or Star, if y'all can share the
Nikita's
link.
at work, but let me
Okay.
see. No, Star. I don't know what Star is doing. She's not here yet, I guess.
Oh, that's
Star.
it. Oh,
Okay, so
I see.
Star, we're waiting for you to come in. But in the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can find that photo or the
And
flight.
Okay, I'll grab the link. Let me see here.
Because this country alone needs this conference. And all of and here's another thing. I keep getting triggered by these dark-skinned women and blonde hair. I'm like, "Ugh!" And then I can't go for but more than 60 seconds in that trigger, because after Master J. Rue came on my show twice, and then I'm in a 5-day wake up thing with him this week, and he said 60 seconds is all you get to be triggered. After that energy
I like that.
starts affecting your cells. If you hold on to anger, resentment, fear, bitterness, unforgiveness for more than 60 seconds, they have proven that it starts like seeping into your cells and negatively affecting your body. So I'm like running that rule. 60 seconds, I get to go, oh, another sister with blonde hair. And then I go, oh, what a lovely. Or I have to get into gratitude. I have to get into gratitude. That's what I told Master J. Rue. We have to get, after 60 seconds, we got to find something to be grateful for about whatever we're triggered by. That's my rule now. That's what our rule should be, because we got to save the temple. We got to protect the temple. Oh, wait a minute. Katrina says we got it. She says Abraham Hicks got it down to 17 seconds. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, see, you know what? I was going to say that. I heard 17 seconds. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what I remember. He said 17
now this
seconds.
sister says there are people in Africa with blonde hair, blue eyes. Yes, there are albinos in Africa too, but it's natural. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing dark-skinned women in the U.S. with natural blonde hair. I'm sorry. And then look at what Beyonce, and who's the other one? Serena Williams, and the other one, the singer. There's 3 women I keep seeing on Facebook. Yeah, all of them. They all grouped it. We're seeing these women with blonde hair. No, it's not. Maybe Beyonce, but she's got extensions. You know, that's another thing, sister. With a lot of women wearing extensions, hair is a big issue for women in general. And now men are starting to put do this gluing hair stuff on their head.
I saw that. Uh-huh.
So we need deliverance from all that. We need deliverance and be able to honor our natural selves and bring beauty to the cosmic curls, to the locks, bring beauty and color, not bleaching our skin, but bring colorful garments. I'm making linen garments. We need to bring colorful garments to our sacred temple.
Yep.
Not blonde hair. Fall somebody else's hair, for instance. Okay, 17 seconds. Are you timing me?
I think you went. I think you passed the 17 seconds. So
I am so grateful. Okay, so let me get into gratitude. I'm grateful for Africans with blonde hair, blue eyes, because that just shows us the diversity of African people and the possibilities that we have here to be more natural than the blonde, blue haired Africans, but to be more natural as American melanin women. Okay.
that's right. Mm-hmm.
So with all that's going on with our women, okay, here's another comment. I love linen and cotton. It's the best thing for our body. Absolutely.
Yep.
The linen is vibrating at 5,000. Cotton is about 100. If you get organic, it's 150. But rayon out, it's like 50. Silk out 50. I was wondering why
But
is
natural organic. No, I looked that up too because yeah, natural silk is the same as linen. Real silk.
oh
Yeah.
really?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Organic silk. Yeah. Mhm.
I've never
It's
seen organic silk.
yeah.
Because
Yeah. I looked it up because I had always been told that silk, it was linen, silk, and organic cotton were the those were the materials. I wanna go back a little bit on something you said that kind of clicked when you were talking about the division, right? And
yes.
how we are divided. And I think talking that divisiveness and how to become unified. And I like going, if we're talking about this as far as the winter solstice and the integration and the unification of things. If you go back to what I was talking about with the trees and how the trees, they naturally just take all of their nutrients and everything, and they take them down into the roots. And the same thing with us. One of the reasons why, this problem with not,
you will be entered into our studio. Please keep your phone on mute.
Keep going. I'm trying to get people connected on the on air instead of
Please announce yourself.
Got it. So one of the reasons why we have this problem with being integrated is because those at Mimic, they know I talk about this all the time, is that we have been conditioned to be separate from everything, not realizing the truth about who we are as beings, right? So everybody knows, okay, well, you're a human being. Why is that even a term? A human being, what? Right? What is it? Okay, an animal is an animal, right? It's a duck. We put names on all of them. You got a duck, you got plants are plants. There's trees are trees, right? When it comes to us, the term is used as human, a human being. And if you finish that statement, being what? And now this is my perspective, a human being, God on earth, right? Or turn it around, God on earth in a human form. That's our species. We're in the species of the creator. We're in the species of God. That is, and so what does God act like? Now we have holy books. Now I'm gonna say something about these holy books because you don't really have any examples of a female being that on earth, but that's okay. We have stories of the male version of a human being, God on earth. And what do they all do? It's something very different than what we do. Right? They are undivided. They understand that they are as above and below at the same time, and they live that with regardless of what form they're in. And we have to be retrained. We have to retrain ourselves. This is a great thing to do when you go into your inner solstice in the wintertime, is to practice daily, 2, 3, 4 times a day, right? To become integrated in your understanding and in your being as a God, a goddess on earth, and understanding that that is your species, it's your bloodline, your greatest ancestor is the Most High. And look, that's hard to accept because everything in and around us says we're not, and you can't, right? And so this is, this is why we're divided. This is why we think of everything in division. Again, we call this the third dimension. And again, the people at Mimic, they've heard me say this before. We call it the third dimension, but we really, a lot of times, just lean towards two-dimensional things: up, down, left, right, black, right, side, side. Where's the depth? Where's that third dimension that allows us to literally connect to all of the other dimensions? We don't even operate like an atom. An atom has 3 elements, not 2. It's not just good and bad, left and right, up and down. There's 3 elements. There is the very basis of how we are built is 3-dimensional. I'm saying in this form, how we are built, right? It's the proton, that's the purpose. The neutron, that's the one that says, okay, this is the purpose. All right, I'm gonna hold this space right here. And then the electron that makes whatever it is. If it's 1 and 1 and 1, that's hydrogen. If it's 2, I believe that's helium. 3 is lithium, I think. So that's the basic building blocks. But we have not been trained to operate literally even in 3 dimensions. Just 2. We have 2 options for just about everything: good, bad, no, yes. You know what I'm saying? Up, down, side, side.
Wrong,
and so
right.
Wrong, right? Yeah. And so we have to retrain. These are some great things to go inward. And so when we spring forward, this is why this is the winter inner solstice evolution. So when we spring forth in the natural new year with some different beings, and the everything is aligned for us to do that. And so this is the some of the concepts that we'll be exploring and talking about and having, and we have a whole plethora of guests like yourself that are coming through and bringing all different points of view of this very thing. So definitely we invite everyone who can hear, come through, right? Just come through. It's going to be, it's interactive. And again, we are taking our authority back on this planet about who we really are and what we literally have access to in our physical form.
So I'm putting the Star sent me the link for the conference, www.melanatedimmortals.com/wise. That's where you can sign up. It's only $25 for 3 days. Look at this number here.
Yes.
It's synchronicity.
I say.
It's just, this is my life. Synchronicity is just, I had to tell this story. Tell you about synchronicity, which means you're supposed to be in this conference, $25. I didn't tell them to pick 25.
That's right.
I was at the grocery store getting some vegetables for my friend who was flying back from Tennessee. And he had to get a wheelchair. He was so sick. He was weak and sick. And when he flew up there, he was walking. But when he came back, he had to get a wheelchair. So I was at the grocery store thinking about him flying back, if he was going to get in, how he's going to get on the plane. If that's what my mind was on. And I got some celery, some carrots, and one other thing to juice for him. When I got to the register, the amount came to $7.47.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the letter. I said, "Did you do that? How did you do that?" And it just made me start laughing because I knew Spirit was talking to me about stop worrying about him getting on the plane. And it just made me laugh. And that happens to me all the time, where a number distracts me to help me see that there's another dimension I'm working in.
That's
And
right.
I need to stop worrying and fretting about everything, anything, and just recognize that I am in another dimension most of the time. And like you said, what are you being? Are you being attached to this third dimension of illusion and materialism, wrong, right, good, bad, black, white, gotta have this, gotta have that? Or are you really stepping into a dimension where there's no confusion, there's no war, it's all peace and harmony and unity?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're going. As you said, we're being more spiritual in this conference. I'm going to be talking about the soul journey, and everyone who's participating is going to share their experience, their knowledge, their wisdom about this journey we're on. And we all need to be listening and lifting each other up and carrying it to our children. Let's see, Divine Star, she says tickets are 50% off till tomorrow. Okay, so if you want to get in on the
That's right.
sale, go in until tomorrow. Okay.
Yep. 1250.
1250 until tomorrow. So go to www.melanatedimmortals.com/wise, the Wise Conference. And let me just read some of the comments. We got a lot of comments. Thank you all so much for coming together. And we're having a party tonight just to prepare for the spring. Please share this media, Washita Wellness Center. Okay, everybody share this media, YouTube.
Hey, Pearl. I know Pearl.
Greetings, beautiful people, live with African. You know what? That's my grandmother's name. See there, all these synchronicities come up all the time to let us know we're in the right place, being who we're supposed to be. So thank you, Pearl, Grandma Pearl, Sister Pearl, whatever. And
African Pearl, yes.
She too cute. Washita Wellness. They talking about you.
Oh, stop.
Chi-Town Massive. Okay, maybe that's okay. Washita. Is that Tawita? Who's Washita?
Oh, Mama Tahita.
Mama Tahita. Is that Washita Wellness? I'm trying to remember. She's the Chi-Town maybe that I'm thinking about. Chi-Town.
No, she's from Philly. Mama Tahita from Philly.
Okay, but yeah, Chi-Town Massive is here. And then Katrina. So Katrina, check out the link and pay half off by tomorrow. And there's Saida says, yeah, she reminded us that there are African blonde hair, blue eyes. Yeah, there's albinos in Africa, but they're all natural. They're all natural. They can't afford to buy no wigs in Africa. Well, no, I won't say that. That's not true. They are buying wigs and everything else. They're being very modern in Africa.
It is.
Yeah, very modern. And then Katrina reminded us it's not 60 seconds to hold on to your triggers and negative emotions. It's only 17. So get it out of your system and get into gratitude. You have your trigger moment and then you say, oh, I'm so grateful that this has happened to me. And Saida says there are also lots of gingers. Oh, okay. This is only a shell. Our soul is the true essence of. Okay, you got that, Priestess?
Yeah, but I would add something to that too, that this being our shell, but it's the one that we're using at this time. So, and it has so many, and I'm pretty sure you already know this too, but it has so many things that we haven't explored yet. You know, we're told a lot. even in the conscious communities, like, oh, this ain't nothing, just let it go. Well, this is what we're living. This is what we are emanating at this time. And so why not use the full capacity?
Yeah.
The challenge in being in this form is
Yeah.
not, well, part of it is remembering who you are.
Yes.
But the real challenge is to be able to apply that in this physical form. And I call this the slower form, not a lower form.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
right there, that is where, that's part of the divide. That's part of not being unified. It's the challenge is to be able to integrate yourself as yourself everywhere, in every form, in every level of consciousness. And so that everything looks the same. It
Absolutely.
operates the sun, whether it's going real fast and it's an essence and you can't, it's spirit and you can't see it, or whether it's slowed down into matter, it's still the same thing. And this vessel is fabulous. And I want to explore every aspect of it. And we just have just scratched the surface of who we actually are, even in this form. It's not as limited as we think. Our consciousness is limited. It limits this, right? So, that's my soapbox on that part.
Well, but I'm studying with Master J. Rue this week. He's given a free seminar all week, and I am really learning about the dynamics of this biological computer even more than I already knew. So one of the things he keeps emphasizing is the most important relationship that we have is with ourselves. We've got to go into this kingdom and know the kingdom. What did the Messiah said? The kingdom is within, not looking out there for a savior, but in here is the value, and we are creator's image. So Saida says, I love linen and cotton. It's the best thing for our body. Absolutely. And there are so many fashions out there made of polyester that they've been distracting us big time with the beautiful polyester plastic.
That part.
But now universe is waking us up to the research that's been done on linen and how important it is as a super cape. And Inez says, I now have seen linen up. Linen is cheap, Inez, if you know where to find it. I ordered linen, and if you're in divine order to do whatever you're doing, I ordered linen from Europe, Austria, on Etsy, because that's the only place I could find colorful linens, like on my my chakra colors. I wanted all the chakra colors linen, so I ordered it from there. It took 30 days to get here. So during that time, PayPal said, well, if you don't get your product in the next 2 days, we're going to give you a refund. They gave me a refund. The package came the same day.
Nice.
I had to contact PayPal and said, but I got the package. They said, too late. We already credited you, and you got to just keep the pack. So I paid nothing for the first batch, and I practiced, made all these tops. But then Habib, my sister, Ken 178, gave me a pattern, a Native American pattern with 2 holes in it. And I just went to town. I started making
nice.
And okay, so Inez, the next linen I bought, I found at a fabric store, told me if I buy it in bulk, they would give me 20% off. So I'm just finding all kinds of deals because I'm a seamstress, and they know, the universe knows I need some price adjustments. So you can find it if you are in the divine energy to do this work. It's there at a cheaper price. And even some like Joanne Fabrics, they had it on sale one day, like half off. I'm like, oh, let me run over there. So being guided to do whatever being, okay, the being is in harmony with your purpose, then everything will come to you sometimes at no cost at all, and you will get rewarded when you're being your purpose and walking in divine energy. And Saida says natural silk is a high vibration and frequency. Now, the research that's been done so far it says natural silk is low vibration, but I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna find some more. If you can send us a link about that, let me know. So Inez says linen fabric is up to $20 a yard now. I wonder where do you live, Inez, that you're paying? And that's it, depending on the linen. Okay, you can pay that much, but some linen is like 15. Human being is God on earth, Katrina said. We are the creator. Yes. That's the being that we want to bring to light next weekend is who are you? It's like, is that not what we're being? We want to bring that clarity of what are you being, right?
I say.
So that's why we want all of you to tune in. Our souls, okay, she says, our souls are here having a human experience to elevate and evolve. Okay, let me just, that is so true, but so many people don't believe that. Have you found in the relatives, the people you meet, friends, whatever, they don't believe we're here to elevate and evolve. Some of them here just think we're supposed to here to watch, be entertained by Netflix. That's why they here. Work a job and we'll go and enjoy Netflix. That type of behavior. Have you found that to be really true with too many people?
Well, it was me before my awakening. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, so I don't have to go any further than myself and who I was until I had the awakening that said, you mean to tell me this is it? This is all I'm gonna do is working this job and take vacations and that's it. And I was like, it ain't no, I'm not gonna make it. That's it. Like, I'm not, what can I do? Can I check out? Like, nah. And so that's every, like I said, that was me before my awakening. And then, I found my way. Once you have that awakening, then it, like you said, you get divinely led to the people, places, and things that you need to associate with so that you can continue to have this experience to elevate and evolve. So yeah, that's what I think about that.
And I'm watching a lot of suffering from friends who are not wanting to awake until they go through the suffering. So it's like you have to leave them alone. It's like you want to help people. I want to help people, but I'm starting to see they need to suffer. Yeah, if they're not thinking like Saida just says, we're here to elevate and evolve. Then the universe creator has a way to kind of motivate people or make them think twice about why you're here to elevate and evolve. No, I ain't here to elevate. Okay, here's a little pain for you that they allow that they're because of the choices they're making.
Well, let me tell you also I have another perspective on what we've been fed and what we've been programmed. We've been programmed to be at war. We've been programmed for suffering. We've either going to be a war criminal, a prisoner of war, a warlord. You know what I'm saying? We have a conflict consciousness, combat consciousness. So everything is a fight. And so that pain and suffering is so since you had so much pain and suffering, then you're supposed to get this reward for that. Is you have to sacrifice. Like, again, we know what book tells us that we need to be crucified on the cross and and go into this all of these things. And so what happens is we accept the programming. And then we operate in that program. And of course, the universe is fully programmable. So it says, okay, that's what you want to do. Okay, so you're on the pain and suffering thing. And so everybody, until you decide that you don't want to participate with that anymore, you are not available for it anymore. And that is not you, that there is a way for you. Why are we not here just to explore and experience ourselves? I love to say that we decided to come in this slower form so we can touch and feel consciousness. And that's each and every one of us. And then maybe there's just an experience, if you look at from the time you are a child, you know, the movies, the cartoons, every story has a villain. Everyone. It is not, you know, if we ask everybody on here to give me one movie where there is no villain, right? It's hard to find something where you have. I think I've watched one movie, and I can't remember the movie where there was no villain. I said, "Wow, there's no villain. This whole movie was just about exploring stuff."
Wow.
And I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
You ain't have to fight nobody off. Yeah. But
yeah.
we're not trained to even think that way. And so, yes, there is. So that is what happens in our cells. That's what's happening in our bodies. That's what's happening in our minds. So that's why we're aging. That's why stuff stops working right, you know, at a certain point, and all of these things, because we're always in conflict. It's always good and bad. And then what happens is, because there's only two choices, then you judge them. And you say, if it's good, then it's this. If it's bad, then it's that. And then that is all in us on a cellular level. And so it's a point where we need to stop. Again, going back to that winter inner solstice, to go within and say, where is that within me? It's easy to point it out in everybody else. You know, it's funny because I always make these jokes. I say, you know, we got a bunch of people who's always pointing the finger at everybody else, talking about, ooh, they bringing us all this negative energy, but then you bringing in negative energy, talking about how everybody else is bringing it. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you like animated stuff. I went to see Moana recently.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I loved it. I just loved it. And I thought about you saying there's no villain. Well, they didn't show the real villain till after the credits were. It was kind of my friend and I sat there, and we just watched the credits because we were like, all these people put this together. And then they had this little scene where the villain showed up. So that was like so cool because throughout the movie there wasn't a real villain.
Okay. I like the first Moana. Yeah, that tells the story of the woman.
There's a lot of life lessons in this animated film. I recommend people go see it, and especially my grandchildren. But okay, so Katrina says she's getting her ticket tonight. Go, Katrina.
Hi, Katrina. All right.
All right. And Living a Life says, let's see, what's that?
We have the best spacesuits on the planet. Human beings. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
And we don't have to carry a death hormone, as Master J. Rue said recently. He said there is something called a death hormone that people accept, really, when we don't have to. That we really are meant to live much longer than 100 or whatever. And the best space suits are eternal suits, really, if your mind is in harmony with the suit.
That's right.
So,
Saida said, with us when we ascend. You know, that's why, like, you know, I love. There's some movies I like. You know, the Star Wars movie. What happened to the Jedi? They didn't leave nobody's behind. When they ascended, they took it with them because it's a part of consciousness. So it just integrates. You evolve. It evolves with you. And so, you know, we might need to throw out some of these old thoughts about who we really are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what better time than the winter solstice to go within and be warm within and we're in tune on rhythm and in flow as one universe, is what Saida says. We got lots of hearts from Saida. And Saida says, we are here to remember who we are, and through our natal chart, life path, cardiology, and alignment, we can tap into our Akashic records, which is within us. Thank you, sister. Right. And that's what next weekend is about, to tap into those higher self energies. Through pain, we find purpose. Thank you. Yes. And we don't have to have pain, but you know, when your nervous system is out of alignment, you're going to have pain, because those connections through our disc are going to create inflammation if this spinal cord is not in alignment and in health. Judgment is projection. All right, I'm stopping. I'm gonna stop my blonde hair judgment. Thank you. All right, Psyche. You talking to me. You talking to me. I'm gonna stop my blonde hair judgment. I'm really into gratitude about that, but sometimes I'm like, that's why I'm glad about this conference next week. We're gonna get out of the judgment and all that and find just truth and peace and love on each other for what we're here to do. And
right.
Katrina says we get these tummy tucks and other useless surgeries and damage our human suit. Now, that's one of those thoughts or beliefs that somebody's damaging their suit. But I'm feeling like even those women who get the Brazilian butt lifts, some of them didn't make, they died when they made that choice. And some of them are really suffering now. So whatever choice, whether it's a tummy tuck, a Brazilian butt lift, any type of surgery, the Most High wants us to learn something from it. And even those observing it are students, for those who get in the tucks and the surgeries and all other stuff, whether we're going to judge it or whether we're going to just learn a lesson from it. Because that's where I'm starting to see is everybody's making these choices that I might not agree with. But I'm thinking, okay, I need to talk to my grandchildren. I just need to tell them what's going on here and make sure they understand why you don't maybe need that in your life. And that's what I've turned my judgment and criticism around to ask my grandchildren. Now, what do you think about that? And usually it's pretty enlightening. It's like that 8-year-old, 10-year-old belief system. Okay, so we've got some people on the on-air network. I know Mama AZ wants to say something. Do you know the 12th this is her mother's Earth birthday?
Okay.
And how this day came about, we were going to do yesterday, but it didn't happen. So, Mama AZ, if you have a comment, the mic is open. I believe you're on-air radio network.
Peace. Can you hear me, Dr. B?
Yes, we can hear you. We're here. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Oh, this is so awesome. How did you find this sister? Before I want to dedicate this show to my tribe from Oklahoma and from Texas and Missouri. This is off the chain. Dr. V, I just love you. And
love you too.
How you're hooked up to the bumper of the Most High and the ancestors. Today is a 5. That represents change, leadership, refinement, and so much more, family. And I got so much to say.
And Brother Eddie, you know what? Brother Eddie sent me a text.
How did you find her?
I don't know. Where did we? How did we get connected? Was it? I thought it was you, Mama.
Mama Tahita.
Oh, Mama Tahita. That's right.
Wait. That is that the connection?
Yep.
Yes.
She's been doing your job too. Connecting me to the right people.
Oh my God. Well, let me tell you, family, there are several people that are on the other side. One is my mom. Yesterday, it was Brother Psyche's, Terrence Lindsay on the 11th. He is a musician, a reggae musician, and an artist, and he's no joke. My mother's Earth Day today. Floyd, Red Crow Westerman, his crossover is tomorrow, and my dad is the 14th, and that's Saturday. What I'm trying to say to you, my mother prepared me for just this period in my life. She prepared me for Dr. Blair. She prepared me for Bobby Hemmett. She prepared me for Chief Frank Foolscrow. She prepared me for Chief Joseph. She prepared me for so many of the elders on the reservation, including Floyd Red Crow Westerman, who is an actor and one of my mentors that helped me to start Camp Arizona that I had in North Carolina for 14 years. Wow. And then not only that, my minister, Cynthia Marie Williams, and Susie Mayberry Parker, and Dr. Blair, all of them have been coming to me in my dreams, and they're dead. And let me tell you something, Dr. V. Your show was a part of the messages, and that's why I say you are. I don't know where you came from, but Dr. V, you didn't come from here. And just like the sister, sister
Mars,
you did not come from here either. Tell me your name again.
Priestess Maat.
Maat and Makaru, amen.
Priestess Maat, you did not come from here either. And I am so privileged to be a part of your tribal circle, because you're helping me to stay grounded. And all the people that I mentioned, they are there giving you both hand claps. I'm serious. And I believe that Dr. Lateef's husband as well. So thank us, and family of Mama Bonfire AZ, whenever you hear this, I'm dedicating this to you too, because we have to redirect our thinking. We, like you said, sister, we have been so programmed and so trained. We don't know who the freak we are, but that's gonna change. Peace. Thank us.
Thank us.
This Mama Bonfire.
Thank us. Now, Brother Eddie is also on the line. I don't know if Eddie, if you want to comment, just speak up and we'll hear. You got any number reports for us? I know you sent me a text that I haven't read fully, but I saw a text come through. So Brother Eddie's is our numerologist. And if he doesn't come in, let me see if I can pull up this text he sent me. He said, by the way, today, most of us human beings are, that's a 415, are have been divided. That's a 5, divided in our own thought, which is a 5. By the way is a 5. So we are rolling in 5 tonight, which is a good thing. Yeah, any numbers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, good.
Thank us, Brother Eddie. Thank us, Brother Eddie Harris. Thank us.
And Olivia Maison says, well said, Mother AZ. You know Olivia, Mom AZ?
I think she's a part of my Facebook page.
Yes, absolutely. She's a very...
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she's a
Thank you, sister. Thank us. Thank us.
She's a beautiful Facebook friend. She's always giving some enlightening words and thoughts. So I thought I saw Nikita come in, but nope, she's not. She doesn't have her camera on. Oh,
while we're doing the what the energies of this Earth rotation, we follow the Olmec cosmology, and so we just went into Mama Tahita talks about this all the time, right? And so we just went into the wave spell of evolution. And so we're on the second. Yeah, and you were talking about synchronicity too. And I was like, ooh, because the red earth wave spell is all about evolving and sync and being in sync with your evolution, navigating that thing. And so we're on the white lunar mirror, which is Kin 158. And that reads, we polarize in order to reflect stabilizing order. We seal the matrix of endlessness. And of course, this is you're a mirror as well, right?
Right.
We seal the matrix of endlessness with the lunar tone of challenge, and we are guided by the power of heart. And so that energy today is literally helping to stabilize the order of, this is what we've been talking about, this whole thing of how we are evolving and what we're going to be going into in this winter solstice, being able to come out of that evolved, coming out of that new, going within, so that when we spring forward in the natural new year, we have these things in order. When we polarize, this is what we've been doing this whole time, right? Polarizing things, separating things so that we can verify and validate them. And as you know, because you are the white mirror as well, that the mirror is a reflection, right, of order. It literally has what they call it, the sword of truth is with the white mirrors, and they reflect the true order of the cosmos. And so this is the energy that we're in on this particular plasma, in addition to the numerology of that 5, and also whatever that is happening here in the stars and everything, and how all of these things are lining up. So they always integrate and synchronize with each other. So I wanted to throw that one in there as well.
Absolutely. This energy is so special right now, especially for me. I'm like, it's so, like last night, all of a sudden, um, I had to see my eyes. Sometimes I have floaters in my eyes, and my mother's alcoholism, I used to see as very sad. Okay, you grow up in a home with an alcoholic mother, you're not getting any nurturing from her. In fact, I connected with a college friend last week for the first time. It's been like 40 years, I think, something like that. And she and I were both talking about how our mothers never hugged us. We don't remember even getting a hug from our mothers. So I have a picture, a collage of all my mother, my grandparents, all the people who have gone on. And I looked over there and I said, I see you, Mom, with love now. And I just had a conversation with her. I see you with love, Mom. I don't even know where that came from, but all of a sudden I just wanted to show that my eyes are healing. And in order for my eyes to heal, I have to see with love, not sadness, because that's when my eyes are going, oh, that's probably why I got floaters, because I've been seeing too much judgment. But it felt so good. I want everybody to really hear and feel this. It feels good in your soul when you can look at someone who you've looked at with sadness or resentment. When you can turn that around to, I see you with love now, and really mean it. Ooh, I got a healing from that. Just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
It felt so good to just come out of the sadness and see her with love and purpose. She had a purpose for being alcoholic and being addicted to something, whatever. I see it now, why she did it, what was going on. And I love it. I love it because I've learned from it. And it's helped me grow.
That's key. That's key right there, because so many of us still hold on to who our parents were. And if we really, really look like, because if you really, really look back at your parents, and especially if you're in them 40s and those 50s, your parents were probably very young, 20s, maybe some of them 18, 19, you know what I'm saying? And so they were dealing with Jim Crow. They were dealing with being segregated. They were trying to save your life because you was just too happy and free running around in these white folks' street, right? And
Right.
so they were a little meaner than we were to our children. And see, this, I love that you brought that up, because this is part of this generational gap that we're going to be bridging in this conference, right? But if you think about who you were at 22 and 23, and if you were able to, some people growing up in a single parent households, or even if there were two parents, more than likely, if it was the father or maybe even both parents, they were gone all day. Some of us were lucky enough to have one parent at home while the other worked, but most people did not. And so when we think about what we did not get from our parents, as soon as you go back to that space, you're going back to when you were 5, when you was 10, when you was 12. And that is then now you have a 5, 10, 12-year-old that's running a 45-year-old, a 50, a 60, a 70. And I've seen it all the way through. And to get to the point where you realize, that at a certain point, your parents are no longer capable. What we haven't done, like I had this thing where I did I called it a rites of passage for adults, where we let our parents go. They no longer have authority over us. We have children and grandchildren, and we are still crying about what happened back then. And I'm not saying that those things were not relevant. I'm not saying they didn't happen and they weren't important. But when you think about it in your mind and you go back to being that little girl or that little boy that did not get whatever they needed, and then think about who you have been to your children. You probably, my children are 10 and 17. I'm sure in about 10 years, I'm going to hear a whole bunch of stuff. You was always on them shows. Every time I saw you, you put all your time. Like I'm sure that I'm going to hear those things. I try to talk to them about it now, but we got to let our parents off the hook. They are no longer in the authority position. We're the legacy holders now. We're the ones. And so it's okay. It's like, you can forget it. They're not going to change. They're going to be whoever they are. And I love how you made that connection between your eyes and being able to see your mother with love now. Mm-hmm. And how that is because like I said earlier, this is all thought forms. Any dis-ease that we have in the body is a thought form attached to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's not the body's natural cycle. The body naturally repairs and heals itself. The body naturally lives forever if we let it. Like how the brother, you said there's a hormone for death. Mm-hmm. But that is something that we accepted, that we activated. We can unactivate it too, or inactivate it, so that we can operate in the pure essence of who we are as a species of the Most High on earth. We are God in a body on earth, and we have the full authority, seniority, priorities to operate as a creator, and nobody is telling us that. And that's one of the things that we're going to start telling our children. This is a kickoff also to our what we call our Young Melanated Immortals program. We're going to start telling our children this, instead of, they don't have to wait until they've gone through all the pain and suffering for 30 years and 40 years, and then they come and say, oh man, you mean to tell me I had to do that? No, we're telling our young girls, like I said, my daughter's 10, so she's starting to get, her little buds, right? And so I'm like, okay, she's coming up on that time. I have something called womb evolution. I'm not going to tell my daughter that because she, in a couple of years when she gets a cycle, that now she's a woman and then she can have a baby. Wait a minute, that's a sacred function. That ain't the first function. There's several other modes. It's the beginning of her womb power. Let me show you how to start using that. I don't want her to start thinking about sex, because in order for me to tell her she can have a baby, I got to tell her how she has a baby. So we start to sexualize our daughters, our girls, at some of these girls are getting their cycles at 8 and 9 now.
My granddaughter got her. She's 10 this year.
Wow.
She got her cycle. Buds and all. She's wearing a bra now, a little baby bra, whatever. Or bra.
Yeah. So
but you know what? I already told her about how the native women used to squat and release their blood into the earth.
I say.
So she was a little bit, why would they do that? Because you haven't heard about it, but that's what they did. And then they didn't have to wear them pads all day. They didn't have to. I would be relieved to not wear pads all day.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I started educating her when her period showed up. I was being educated on what Native women used to do, and I'm passing it right on to her. Listen, so this is a sacred time for you. This is an event that you should be grateful for on many levels and honor it, and be prepared for other things to happen. In fact, I'm trying to get her to keep a calendar of her dates on her monthly, so she will know her body. She will be able to know without a doubt when it's time to ovulate. And we need to start teaching that early.
Yeah, and what she can do, wow. We're gonna start this what we call womb evolution for young melanated immortals. And we're going to teach the young girls their womb power and what they can do with their cycles, that is a powerful time, and that there are different modes that you can go into. That whole cycle reflects something that happens in the cosmos, and we have it in our bodies. And so we're going to get them to understand that right here, right now, at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so see that, because they don't have the same blockages. Really? That's what I'm doing? Yes. And you can, like with that calendar, I had to rewrite the book for children, for younger girls. So my daughter, she said, "Mommy, this book is boring." She said, "You need to put some pictures in it." And because, I just gave her the book, here, read the book. And she was like, "It's boring. You need to rewrite it." And so I rewrote it for children. And so, but in it does have that calendar, but what I have them do is you own that. Instead of it's, you're going to have a cycle on December 13th. Well, on December 13th, when you have your cycle, you look and you see what frequency you're in. And we have a way for them to identify what frequency they're in. And they got 28 days to use that frequency. This is what I teach to the women. Right. Okay. And so I'm going to start teaching them to these little girls, and we're going to see these girls like do before. Look at this. It's getting too hot. It's freezing.
Yeah. You're going to have a class.
Dr. V.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Sister Maat, get the Dr. Maika's number. She's an author, the lunatic woman or something. Anyway, get with Dr. Maika, because you and she are on the same page of teaching about the moon time. I'm telling you, you and she should collaborate. This is so, so awesome. And I want to interject something here, Dr. V.
Go ahead.
Because of my issues with alcohol fetal syndrome, which is another show, but I'm going to interject this. My mother was an alcoholic, and my dad was an alcoholic too, but my mother carried me. And my dad admitted to me, he said, "Roberta, I tried to get your mom to drink some of the best stuff, but she liked the rock good 25 cents alcohol over the $200 bottle of alcohol. It didn't taste good to her. And every time I saw you, Roberta, it hurt my heart because that's why you had the issues. But let me say this to you, family. Even though my mother was a down to the bone alcoholic, and I have these issues, I long time ago learned that I chose my parents. I chose to have this journey. And I also am so grateful to my mom for however she had to get me here. She allowed me to come through her gate because she prepared me for the both of you. She prepared me for the Dr. Latrice, the Blairs, everybody. She prepared me for the Billy Carsons. She prepared me. And for that, Mama, I want to say I love the Jesus out of you, Maddie C. Paris Cunningham. If my mother hadn't had me to have these experiences, family, of growth, Dr. V, even your show has been part of my mother talking to me from the other side of the veil. That's why I love you, Dr. V, so much, because you're in tune. You're in tune, my sister. And thank you, Sister Maat. Get with Dr. Maika.
Yeah, I'll have to
Please, thank you.
I haven't talked to Maika. Do you know Maika Bevel? Priestess?
Mm-mm.
Okay. She was one
Nope.
of the...
No, I don't.
She was a female solution host years ago. And that she said she's also working with the moon cycles and teaching and that. So I'll talk to her and tell her we'd like to connect her with you and see what she has to say. But
Okay. Right.
Katrina, the subject of alcoholism is being brought out by Katrina Revenell, who has written her. Katrina, put the name of your book in the chat, if you will. She says alcoholism is a selenium deficiency. Selenium is found in the ocean, and there is no ocean in Chicago. Also, selenium helps with floaters and improves cataracts too. So we have a lot of nutrition that's lacking in our food now. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to be on Health and Wellbeing with Beata, and I'm going to talk about why superfoods need to be part of our daily diet. Because of what Katrina is saying right here, we don't have the same minerals in our food anymore that we used to have because the soil is depleted. And I was on a talk with or a webinar last night with Master Jeru, and he hadn't eaten all day long. But what he was drinking a smoothie. This was his first meal at 8 o'clock at night. He hadn't had anything to eat all day. And he was drinking a smoothie that had 3 superfoods in it. And he went for almost 2 hours on this class. So that's what's going to be part of my subject tomorrow morning at 8 is why superfoods need to be a daily intake. Because if you're eating 3 meals a day or whatever you're eating in a solid form, you're not getting the minerals you need. So you need to find, how do you get these minerals? Usually superfoods have them. Sea moss, for one. Mm-hmm. How many of us have been eating sea moss? Sea moss, when I was studying with the Trinity School of Health, I found out sea moss has like 99% of all the minerals in the earth in the sea moss. And that's as she said, it's found in the ocean. It's found in the water. So selenium is probably in your sea moss. So I'm thinking I probably should, I was taking sea moss for a while. I found a woman selling, and I should get back to it. So Katrina's reminding me that my sea moss, I need to bring back my sea moss, and that would probably help my eyes as well. So thank you, Katrina. And her book is called Stolen Intellect, and I believe it's available on Amazon. I had more people watching that show, Katrina, by the way. I was looking at my stats. And Katrina, when I had Katrina on the show, I had more people than any other show at that point. It was like 40s or 50s, I think. So she is an amazing soul with a lot of knowledge. She's done a lot of studying, and her book is Stolen Intellect. You should consider look for that on Amazon. So, and living a life says live it's no more diets. Oh, okay. Instead of diet, Kwame would love that. I just heard Kwame come in. That's a word.
Hold on, I'm gonna get on.
Word consideration. Live it's not more diets. Okay, we got everybody got that. Thank you. Living a live live life. Kwame, did you have something you wanted to say? I hear your voice.
Okay, I greetings, Sister Maya. How are we? Can you hear me?
Can you hear Kwame?
Greetings. Yes.
Greetings. It's good to see. And what you're doing with understanding the cosmic cycle is part of what we're needing, not just as the woman's body, but the man also. Because there are cycles in which the moon cycle, or you're coming up now with the winter solstice. These energies and frequencies affect both male and female. What we've got to be mindful is that how do we activate ourselves with the cycle of the galactic calendar? Therein lies the difference of the Gregorian calendar, and that is because the solstice is from the 21st till March 21st. It's not the 31st, the beginning of the year. That cycle needs to know that those 90 days is going to be the part in which you're going to be energized. Like you were saying, when the woman knows that what is her tone on that day, on the 13th of December, she's going to be having that whole 28 days, she's going to be carrying that tone. Men have to understand that too. We have to understand the balance in how we exchange energy. That's the part I was listening to see if you were going to go to.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, we definitely, myself and Neb Taharka, this was probably about 2 or 3 years ago. We put together something called Cosmic Inner Course. And it is a combination of that, what I talked about for the women, and then also for the men, and how those energies combine with our natural cycles, and then exactly what you're talking about with these cosmic cycles. And so we were able to come together and put those synergies in so that we can literally see how we operate as a united being when we have those two forms. So yes, part of the formation that I'm in, right, for the divine feminine, but also with the divine masculine, because that's also, it's just roles and functions, right? And that we matched up the male frequencies and hormones and things like that, as well with the cosmic cycles. Because, of course, in doing it, you can't just match up the feminine cycle and then not match up the male cycle. So all of that was done. And so we have we're putting together, because I have a boy and a girl. So I have a 17-year-old son and I have a 10-year-old daughter. And so we want to desexualize the boys as well. And what I mean is, what I'm talking about is this, I'll call it, I'll say I don't want to use a a certain term, but the way that people they're exploring their sexuality in this society. We want them to be able to apply that to natural cycles. I remember one time, this is kin too, right, Brother Kwame?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I remember one time you were on with us in Clubhouse, and you were talking about, the natural cycles. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we do have that for the men as well. We do.
Okay, and the reason I'm sharing that, because I just sent to Sister Viana the Jaguar spirit listing of the alignment of the Mayan calendar, and how these energies on certain days specifically coming, like you're talking about the winter solstice. And on it, there are certain frequencies and tones that we have to be identifying. You're talking about the male sexuality. The sex is, first of all, it's not sex, it's a spiritual energy exchange. When you're saying sex, we're saying really it's a spiritual, because that's what the energy is for, to create a new spiritual being.
That is what it's for. But what I'm saying, that's not how it's being used, nor explained, nor operated in this society. So yes, that is the formation. This is why we did the cosmic course, to redefine those things, to have us to look at it from that particular perspective. And it is high integrated. I will it's really a whole lot to share. We'd have to come back on here. We don't mind. I don't mind coming back on here and of that. We can definitely do that. And I don't know, maybe we can even get Neb Taharka on. And because we did a whole series on it on what's his name? Rev Shock. We did a whole series on his show. And then we have literally an entire course on cosmic intercourse, exactly with what you're talking about.
Okay, so yeah, we got to think about another show for that discussion. What's that?
I said to you. I said the Jaguar spirit tonight. Next to you.
I can't hear you.
The Jaguar spirit that I texted you, I just texted you. You should have it.
Oh yeah, I did. The Jaguar.
I'm talking about. You see what?
The updated yes, okay, I got that. And that's what you would like for a discussion on that. The Mayan time. Signs for the future, is that it?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right, and it's going through next year. All the significant dates, the winter solstice, the spring equinox, the summer solstice, and what are the frequencies? What are the
something's going on with your voice.
Yeah,
your
it's
voice
hard.
Is like speeding up or something. Where are you? Are you in a another location? Plus, you got background. I don't know.
Okay. No, I'm watching you watching you on YouTube, but I'm talking to you on my phone.
Oh, okay. So like an echo, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. So turn one off or down. Turn YouTube down. Because there's like an echo or something.
Okay. How does that?
It sounds clearer now, but it was hard. Every time he talks, it's like you hear one thing and then it'll speed up real fast, and then you can't really make out the full.
Okay, so I wanted to. Brother Eddie is texting me as well. I'm trying to read. Oh, he says our daily diet is diet. Do I eat this or do I eat that? Brother Eddie, are you on the line? Can you clarify that? Or are you just watching or listening right now? He says our daily diet. That kind of goes in line with okay, living a live life, live it, no more diets. Combined Ken 160.
So I muted the television so you can.
Yellow self-existing sun. I define in order to enlighten, measuring life 242 plus 178. Okay.
Right. I'm 242. You're 178, right?
Yes.
You and Habiba. Okay. Yeah. So our combined kin is 160. Who's living a live life? Who know that? Okay. Yeah. So that's our combined kin.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
We're vibrating kin.
Yeah. The enlightened one. Yes.
So, do we have any other questions before we sign off about the event? Everybody, I don't think I posted. There's a disc. There are tickets for youth that are different. There's $750 until tomorrow. Up until tomorrow, you can get youth tickets for $750, and adults are $1250. And
Is online or is it going to be in person?
it's online at www.melanateded. No, where you can buy your ticket is www.melanatedimmortals.com/wise. Now, what's they get the link after you buy your ticket.
Exactly. Yeah. It's going to be Adobe Connect.
Adobe Connect. Okay.
Can you're showing the price of the tickets, but you're not showing how to connect to it.
And after you pay for it.
You say
no, he's talking about the web, the web address. I know she put it in there.
So just Evolution Conference and the price of the tickets. It doesn't say where you pay at.
Yeah,
that's what's showing on the screen.
Okay, here it is. www.melanatedimmortals.com. That's where you buy the ticket. www.melanated.
Okay, what you're showing on the YouTube screen is Divine Star. She posted that it's the winter solstice and the price of the tickets, but it doesn't give it. Somebody has to type in what you're telling us, so it'll show on the screen when people look at it.
Okay, it's in there. I'm scrolling on the comments, and it's in there with the comments. But I'll post it again because it's under. I have it on there on the Viata's Tiny House Village, www.melanatedimmortals.com/wise. But I can type it again. melanatedimmortals.com/wise. Okay, so I posted it again. Thank you. So I'm excited again to be a part of this conference because I just see again so many women, melanated men and women who need this knowledge, wisdom, and this motivation. Really, it's going to be a very motivating time to connect with people of the same consciousness and mind, but also to hear our stories, our journeys, and music as well.
Yep.
So you're going to get the full gamut of it all to help you prepare for the spring season where you're going to move higher and move forward in every way, right? So you have final words for us, Goddess, Priestess? Go ahead. Do you have any final words? You're frozen, I guess.
I'm sorry, I did not hear it. My computer is going. My computer is
Yeah,
going really, really slow.
very, I know, there it is. So Nikita, it keeps popping in and out, but I don't see her. Okay, let me. Uh, okay, she's got a link to share here, so I'm gonna try and share this in the chat. Copy that. Okay, that's another site that you can go on. Let me post that. Okay, so there's some more information to connect to www.melanatedimmortals.com.
Yeah, they go to the same place. Mm-hmm.
Okay, slash event details. Okay, so the event details are at that site. Winter Inner Solstice Evolution WY's Conference Expo 20. Thank you, Nikita, for your information. Sorry we couldn't see your beautiful face, but I think she said she was still at work.
Mm-hmm.
Banners. Okay. So you have any final words for us tonight, Priestess?
Yeah, I would just say, definitely it's been an honor and a pleasure to be here again. It feels like home. You make it so, relaxing and inviting to come here and speak. And definitely we would love for all of you to come and join us at the Winter Inner Solstice Evolution Conference and Expo. We do have opportunities for those who want their business advertised. You can go to the link that we put there, and it should have some information about that. And it's a place, we call Mimic a safe place to evolve. Right? And so we are not just doing this to put on a conference and just say, hey, yay, we did a conference, right? No, this is mean what we say. We mean Winter Inner Solstice Evolution. That so we can go to the next level. Every time you attend something, every time you prepare a class, whatever, that should always be the thing that you are looking to move forward. You want to be different than you were before you came and you listened to something or you attended something. And so we plan to put that on with this Winter Inner Solstice so that we can become more unified. This is what you started out talking about when we started the show, for us to become more unified and to use this energy that we're in to go past and beyond what society is telling us and explaining it, like, with who's going to be president and what he going to do and what he not going to do and whatever, what we going to do. Who are we? And, I say, again, I said this in the beginning, it's time for us to start operating like we are, like operating in our true species and our true design. And so, looking forward to seeing everyone there. And thank you so much, Mama Vaada, for having me here. I appreciate that. And then I also, I spoke with, I think the last time I was on your show, I think I did speak to Mama AZ because I remember her voice. So thank all of you, Baba Kwame. I don't know if you have my email, but I couldn't hear what he was asking. So it was, so if he can email me or text me or something, I'll get it and respond. So, but that's it. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on. I look forward to visiting again.
Thank us. As we say, we are united spirits, united souls on this journey to love more and to sing more, dance more. Maybe we'll do some dancing this weekend. Is that on the menu? We can dance. I'm going to be playing a song when I start speaking. That it's not really a dance song, but we just want everyone to come in with harmony in your hearts and your minds, and the, like she said, the spirit of unity. We don't want to do any debating this weekend. We want to just share, right, and educate and lift up and enlighten, because debates are going on everywhere these days. I mean, if you're on YouTube, you know, you see debates all the time, and I'm not interested. Some things don't need to be debated. If we can't get into harmony and unity about a subject, then this is not the time maybe for a debate, because that's what we've been doing all the last November. We're done with the political scene. Now it's time to have divine politics. Maybe we could call it that, divine politics, where we are organizing.
Love it.
A whole new government with us, with sovereign individuals. We are the presidents. You're the president. I'm the president. So let's give each other a hand for, we are the president, the person of the year. It's us. Woohoo! And all of you, thank you so much. And we got a card. We got comment. One more comment, I guess. Thank you all for tuning in. I think I saw that. Let's see. Deliberate dialogue or resunning. Resunning. I like that. Deliberate dialogue or resunning. And Katrina says she got her ticket. Yay! I did not see a discount, but it's okay. I just donate the rest. Okay, that's something we might want to fix.
Okay, we're going to check that out.
Thank you, Katrina. And Divine Star says, thank you all for tuning in. I know we will all connect at the WISE conference. That's right. All right. So we'll see you then next weekend. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, if you're up, come in for some joint rolling and galactic toning in our joints. That's what I do now. Every morning I'm doing galactic tones, because Tawida showed me how every joint has a galactic tone to it.
Nice.
I bring that out every Friday morning now. So get up or even stay in bed. You can stay in bed and just turn on Health and Wellbeing with Beata tomorrow morning. We're going to tell you what superfoods you need to be eating every day, and then you don't have to eat all this other junk food. So to all my yogi friends, namaste, sat nam, and shalom. And we're going to say goodbye to my tiny house village.